Okay, guys, this is, I guess it's effectively episode 2 of Almost Live. And today I'm out. It's a lot nicer day. It's not raining. Last time I was out in episode 1, it got soaking wet. But I'm going to explain the concept to you in case you don't know. Where I live at and the places I go in the mountains and deepest I go in the mountains, well, we don't have any kind of, we do have cell service, but where I go and stuff, you don't have any. I go so deep in the forest, or I'm behind ridges and stuff, and there's no cell service, so I can't go live. And I know that's a popular thing to go live, but I can't do that. So what I'm doing is what I call almost live. So what that means is I'm going to be filming, and then when I get home, I'm putting up the raw, uncut, 99% unedited footage. And when I say 99% unedited, I mean the only thing I'm really going to do to it is I'm putting the title and I'm putting the ending, and then if there's like more than one clip, I may blend them together some way, and that's it. So I know, and probably in the first of this video, I'm going to include, I'll do it in order as well. So the first thing you've seen in this video was the four-wheeler, me driving the four-wheeler up. And it's hard to hold the camera with one hand and drive the other on a rough road. But I'm fixing to go, if you look behind me, I'm fixing to go down this hill and go up that holler and see if I can find some ginseng, and I'm also going to be looking for Bigfoot tracks. I don't plan on being out real super long today. As you can see, I need to get in and shave and stuff. But I brought me some water. I brought me some a little bit to eat in case I need it. Brought my gun just in case. And there's something later I want to talk to you about later when I get in the mountains. There's something important and potentially dangerous I want to talk to you about that's in our area that wasn't in our area before. And of course I've got my gun just in case. Not for Bigfoot, of course, but for bears. So I'm fixing to walk down this hill, and I am fixing to get up in the mountains if I don't fall. Okay, man, I'm up. I'm not too far up the mountain, maybe a quarter of the way. But I seen some impressions down at the bottom. I thought kind of looked like foot tracks, but I passed it off. But I come up here and I've just found a track. It's old, and it could be a human or something. But I'm gonna show it to you. Let me flip this crazy camera around. I know how. And, okay, I don't know if that was actually recording or not, but I found a track here. And if you'll look, this is the hill, and it comes up this way. And right in here is looks like where the toes would be. It's old, and it possibly could be a bear, I guess. But if it is, it's a big one. But I'm gonna ease on up the mountain and see if maybe I can find another one or find some ginseng. I'm just now really getting up through here. I have to walk a little bit slower because I've got a bad leg. It's been bothering me for about a month now. The calf, from the knee down on my left leg. It feels like it's got weakness in it, and it's kind of sore. So I have to go a little slower. But okay, I'm going on up the mountain. I don't know if this will show through on camera or not, but something has been laying right there, and it was big. Looks like probably a deer or something laying in this little valley. I don't see any kind of hair or anything like that. It'd be hard to see, I suppose. It's probably a deer curled up, trying to stay safe. I didn't find any more tracks coming up that mountain. Give you a look back down how steep it is. How it drops straight off. I did find a few pieces of ginseng. Most of it was just too small to dig, so I just left it. But I'm gonna continue looking, and this year just kind of caught my eyes where something been laying here sleeping. So I'm just kind of gonna ease on up the mountain a little bit and see what I can find. Maybe I can find some ginseng or some Bigfoot related type things. I don't know, anything interesting for animals of any kind, I guess would be good. I kind of like the outdoors and nature anyway, so I just want to say a few things about ginseng hunting. I've been doing it for, well, I've known about it for years. And used to do it a little bit years ago, not much, but over the last several years, I've dug it about every year. Well, I have dug it every year for several years in a row. And no man ever digs it all, that's for sure. But what kind of hurts the ginseng industry in this area anyways is that we got people who are digging it out of season. They're digging it before it ever gets berries and reseeds. And that's really the only way you're going to ever dig it all out to where there's not any, or to where it's real sparse. A bug went up my nose, that was real good. But if I always try to dig it in season, I messed up one year and I found some information on the internet, and it showed it actually opened about 2 weeks before it really did. And I dug some, but then I found out and I didn't go back until the season. Didn't dig much anyways, I just went out a day or two. But we got people who dig cohosh, and that's cool. I mean, that's good to dig it year round, but when they do run into ginseng, I think the majority of them are actually digging it out of season before it ever gets berries and reseeds, and that's not good. But I know it's also hard if you need money to pass it up. But I try to always do stuff in season and try to obey the laws if I can. But I know some people have a hard time with that. But I'm going to keep looking and find anything interesting or cool or whatever. I'm going to more bugs. I'll film it. But I do have a little something I want to talk to you about in a little bit about a new danger in our area. And I'll talk to you about that when I take a little break here in a minute. Okay, guys, I'm further up the mountain, but I have found 3 more tracks. And if you look, there's one of them right here in front of me. Right here. See, this is the toe area and the heel area. And then there's a step right there where it slid on the bank. And there's another one on out there. And it looks very Bigfootish, just because it's in a kind of a straight line. And I've found many Bigfoot tracks over the years, and they do walk in a straight line, which is that's kind of what this looks like. So I'm going to keep going up through here and looking. I'm looking for ginseng anyways. This is just kind of an extra bonus too, I guess. They kind of go hand in hand for me. If it's slow ginseng, I'll look for Bigfoot stuff. I'm going to ease on up through here. I wanted to show you that. Interesting. Here's what I'm kind of looking for. That's a nice 3-fork ginseng. And the tracks I found were just right back there. The tracks of what appears to be a Bigfoot. And I even lean more so to that now because of this ginseng. If it was a ginsenger, I'm sure he would have seen this one. It's a pretty big one. Because he would have came the same way I did. So I want to dig this, and then I'm going to continue right on up through here. Interesting. And now there's nothing really goes on this side of the mountain anymore. There's no mining, or there's no logging really, or anything like that. They got some gas wells way back up on top that they check, occasionally. But if it ain't somebody in here digging root or something like that, there shouldn't be nobody in here to leave foot tracks. And those are definitely foot tracks. And they look to be about the size of my foot, which is not my foot, which was about 13 inches or something like that. But I'm going to keep looking, but I'm going to dig this ginseng right now. I sure need the dough. I got to put a roof on the house. So this is my start to it, I suppose. All right, here's another place where a deer's been laying. I'll pass on just a little bit of news to you from my area. Now, this comes from a pretty good source. They said they found, I believe it was 36 dead deer in Straight Creek. And they got the blue tongue right now is supposedly bad. I've not found any this year, no dead deer. I've got some live ones on game cam, but I've not found any dead ones. They said they found 36, I believe it was, in Straight Creek dead. And then they said they found a few along the river that had died. And that blue tongue's pretty rough on them. I reckon it wipes them out pretty good. But I wanted to show you that other deer bed and show you I'm still not at the top of the mountain, and I've been out here for a pretty good while. I ain't seen no more what I would say was human tracks. I'm gonna go that way in just a few minutes, but I wanted to look right here for some ginseng around where these trees is falling. Sometimes that's a good area for where trees fell or something. Yeah, there's a bunch of poop too. And I seen some big old deer track down through there. And I don't hunt deer. I don't want to kill anything. Let's say you don't have to or something. I know how to do it and all that stuff I needed to eat, which I'm thankful for that. I used to hunt a lot, but I don't hunt now. I just hunt for Bigfoot and ghost and ginseng and stuff like that. An adventure, I guess, but I'm glad I do know how to skin a squirrel or a coon and live and survive if I need to. Okay, I'm gonna look around a little bit, and then I'm gonna go back the other way and find anything interesting. I will, and I still got to tell you something else too. So if you're watching, just keep watching. I want to tell you something that they've done to us. All right, guys, I'm gonna show you something. Do you see it yet? There's a bone of some sort. See it? Hard to say what it is. Probably a deer or something. They've been shot and ran over here and died, or a coyote's got it or something like that. But that's a little interesting find. I'm still going up the mountain, as you can probably see. One thing I do want to address, some people had said that my first episode of this little show, Almost Live, was a little bit short. And, well, it was. One reason was because I was just kind of doing a test, but the main reason was that my camera got wet and started to malfunction. It got to where it wouldn't do video. It was just, I'd push it to play video, but it would just take pictures. It had just little pieces of pictures and stuff. So this episode I'm sure it's going to be longer. And plus I'm staying out longer today because the weather's better. It's nice and cool. My leg's not bothering me as bad right now because once I get it going, it seems like it does a little better over time. But I'm gonna ease on up the mountain. But what I'll do here, let me cut this off and flip it around right quick. And I'm gonna tell you what I was gonna tell you. Okay, here's what I was gonna tell you earlier that I've been kind of leading you along the whole video about. Several years ago, maybe more than that, maybe 10, 12 years ago, we didn't really have any bear population. And then all at once we start seeing bear. And start seeing a lot of bear, really. A lot of people were seeing them. And the Fish and Wildlife people originally told us that they didn't release none in here, but come to find out they did. Well, we've got another issue. This comes from a good source. I won't say their name or or nothing like that, because it's secondhand, but I believe it. Uh, Wolves are not a native species of this area. We don't have them. We have coyotes, but we don't have wolves. Well, evidently, and they said that the Fish and Wildlife finally owned up to it, they put a small pack of wolves here in Bell County. Supposedly it's only 4 wolves. They're red. I think somebody said. I think the guy said it was red, and they kind of hang together. Well, that's kind of what wolves do. They hang together, but it's something that's not that most people won't know how to deal with around here. Wolves can be dangerous. They're big. They're strong. Uh, Even like you take a coyote, which is a much smaller creature. Uh, they'll kill your dogs or cats or whatever they can get. They attack small children or whatever. But now they've put wolves in here. I don't know how long they've been here, and I can't really figure out the reason why they would put wolves in here. Really, I mean, our bear population is thinning back down. They've actually shortened the bear season and how many that can be killed this year. We do have elk population, but it ain't over exploded. I mean, we got some in certain areas that you can go see them, but most of the time you'll get out and walk, and never see no sign of an elk. Last year I found some sign of an elk where I was ginseng, and we found some tracks. But people who are in my area, they don't probably know how to deal with wolves and things like that. So, but they have released a small pack. I think they said 4 wolves in this area. I'm sure they probably put a breeding population. I mean, I would say they wouldn't sterile and they wouldn't all male. I'd say it was probably female and male. So I guess if they live, which evidently they will, they'll probably populate. So that'll be a new danger, I guess, to have to deal with. We do have cougars. They don't admit we got cougars neither, but I've seen them. I've seen one last year when I was on my 4-wheeler. I turned the corner and there it was right in the road. It was a black one. It wasn't a bobcat, way bigger, but it didn't look like a full-grown cougar, which really, I guess, they're jaguars. But they say we don't have those, but I know we do. But I just wanted that's the new thing they've sprung on us. They put wolves in here on us now. And I guess that's just something new to look out for. But, all right, I'm going to go up the mountain, look for some more ginseng, look for some more Bigfoot stuff and Bigfoot tracks. Getting into a pretty good looking area for ginseng, so we'll see. Okay, there's a deer standing up there looking at me. As still as it can be. I don't know if you can see it or not. Where's it at? Let's zoom it back out. I see it. That's it. Right in there. Hard to see, I know. Where did it go? Oh, it's still standing there. I see it. Boop, boop. Boop, boop. It won't move. It thinks it's hid. Yeah, there they go up the mountain. There was actually 3 of them. I figured it was more than one. I don't know if you can see them going through there. The bugs are bad. The reason they ran, I guess, is because I popped some brush. It's real steep in here for me. They're not having a problem with it though. All right, guys. I've covered a lot of ground. I went to the top of this mountain and back. You can see way up behind me. You probably can't see the top of it from here. I ain't found a whole lot of ginseng. Found some. Found those interesting tracks. I thought, between that and the ginseng, it's been a good day. And just being out's a good day. So I'm making my way back now to my 4-wheeler. I'm probably, just guessing, probably a good hour away from it. And so I'm gonna ease on back down the mountain some. I went all the way to really to the top to this one right here, and circle back around and come down. Didn't find a whole lot. That's where them deer was at, right there close to the top. And, I'm gonna head back. I'm gonna head back toward the my four-wheeler, and maybe I can find a few more bunches of ginseng. I don't know what that noise was. Sounded like a deer blowed at me, but I don't see it nowhere. Could have been something else, I guess. A lot of nuts are falling right now. People who maybe are inexperienced at Bigfoot or inexperienced being in the mountains. There's a lot of odd sounds in the mountains, but those in particular that there's a lot of acorns and stuff falling in here. And of course, when they fall, they hit the other tree limbs, they hit stuff on the ground. And if inexperienced people will say, well, they're getting wood knocks. Well, they're not wood knocks. They're just that them nuts falling and hitting tree limbs and things like that. And I had one a while ago made an odd sound. It must hit something different. Must hit the rock or something like that. But yeah, there went one falling in. but I'm gonna sort of head back. The reason I kind of come out this way, I was on my way down the mountain, but there's kind of a little tree break right there. You can see that. I seen that, and I sort of come out this way looking, because this is close to where those tracks was. Those tracks are right out there in that hollow, and so I wanted to come and look. You know, never know, we could find another track or whatever. But I'm going to head down the mountain, and the reason I don't keep this phone out the whole time, it's just too hard. It's too steep. I'm recording this on my phone, but there's a little frog. And right there is what I hate about this, is the spider web. Man, I hate it. But it's just too hard and steep going up and down. Try to hold a phone, hold a digger, and walk up them. It's just too steep. You can't do it. But I'm going to head down the mountain. If I find anything more interesting or something, I'll, man, bugs and spider webs, I'll film it. But, and then when I get back to the, got a haircut. And when I get down to the, my four-wheeler, I'll give maybe another small little video. All right, peace out. All right, guys, I am back to my four-wheeler. Didn't find very much ginseng today. Did find the Bigfoot tracks, what I think could be Bigfoot tracks. So overall, it was a good day. I didn't find a whole lot of ginseng, but I still enjoy being out and having a good time. And now before I leave, I want to enjoy some peanuts and a nice Cumberland Gap water, and then I'll head back home. I have to shave and shower, and I got some stuff on the computer I need to do. Got some film to edit, and stuff like that, some artwork to do. But and the bugs are kind of bad. But I'm gonna sit here quietly and maybe eat my peanuts and drink my water a little bit. I don't know really how long I've been out here, 2 or 3 hours, I guess. Maybe probably longer than that. It took me that long to go up the hill. I enjoy being out. I could have used a truckload of ginseng to sell to get the money to do my roof. I guess I'll have to try to make it through the winter on it, and maybe in spring I'll have enough saved up or whatever to get it before the roof starts leaking. But I don't know, it's just the way it is. Some days you go out and everything, you find it a whole lot. Next time you go, you might have hard to find any. Today it was just kind of scattered out. I found one here and there, and I found several small ones, too small to dig. I just left them. But finding the Bigfoot tracks, or possible Bigfoot tracks, was really interesting. And seeing the deer and them watching me and seeing what I was doing. But I enjoy being out. That's the main thing, getting out and doing something. It's good exercise. It's good to sweat every once in a while. And I need the exercise. I have a hard time losing weight. I don't really eat that much. I just have a real low metabolism. But I guess I'll just go ahead and end this episode of Almost Live. It's almost live. I hope y'all enjoyed this one maybe better than the first one. At least we found a few things, and I don't know how many of these I'll do or how often I'll do them. Sometimes I get busy and I can't really get out. I know I got to go. I got to go back and get my game cams probably about 2 weeks, and then in October, I'm going. If nothing don't change, I'm going to be at the Harlan Hunt Fest. I'm going to have a table there. I'll have some books and T-shirts and just some artwork stuff and things like that. I'll be selling and signing. I'll take a picture with you, whatever. I don't care. But that's October the 7th. October the 7th. But I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and maybe I'll get to do another one before too long. Peace. Keep it real. I'm going this time for real.